Menopause is a natural part of life, but for too long it's been wrapped in stigma and silence and confusion. Not Your Mother's Menopause is a group that wants to change that. It was founded by three women in Maplewood, South Orange, to offer strong resources and a community for women navigating this time of life. It's part of nature. Their second annual event, a full day symposium, is coming up in January. It's drawing national attention, and rightfully so. The co founder of Not Your Mother's Menopause is Allison Kalsched, and she joins us this morning. Good morning, Allison. Good to have you on.
Good morning, Ken. Thank you so much for having me. It's wonderful to be here and not in
Good to have
traffic.
you. Yes, amen to that. I remember growing up, and I remember the show All in the Family, which was so
Mhm.
inappropriate for so many reasons. But I remember whenever Edith Bunker would talk about menopause, it was she's going through the change.
Yeah.
It was whispered. It's so ridiculous. It is as natural as getting a wrinkle or a gray hair. It is part of life. First off, where did this whole whisper, let's not talk about it publicly, come from? What's that about?
Well, I mean, I think that there's always been, this is a long discussion to have about the shame that has existed around women's bodies or the secrecy that has existed around women's bodies for many years. I mean, growing up, women don't, girls don't talk about getting their period, or it's something that we don't talk about regularly. I mean, this is definitely starting to change. I notice it with younger women, and the same thing is true for menopause. And I do think there's also a feeling amongst women of older generations, especially, where we just have to kind of silently suffer through all the challenges of life, whether it's giving birth or whether it's the challenges of being a mother, and then the challenges that may come with menopause. But this generation, my generation, seems to have said, we're not we're not just going to sit around and silently suffer anymore. We want to talk about it, and to talk about some of the um, inequities that have happened in the medical, in
Mhm.
medical research that have happened around women's bodies and how to help women through menopause.
Allison, I have said for the longest time, if men went through menopause, and
Oh.
by the way, it would be called womenopause if men went through menopause, because it seems that menopause for women is named menopause. If men went through it, this is what you would hear on every TV show. Oh, I'm going, I got a hot flash. It would never, because look, we get a sniffle and we're like, I'm dying. Women, they'll be nursing babies, working full time from home with the, and fixing and changing the oil on the car while going through
Well,
menopause and not complain. But it's the truth. You're laughing because it's true. We
it's,
listen. There are a few of us more sensitive men who get it. Most don't.
yeah.
They're just
Well,
like,
thank
eh.
you.
No, it's but I saw it in my own family, and it's disgusting. I hate the fact that society has done this to women. You're 50.5% of the population. Stand up. I'm glad you are.
Yeah.
Now, your approach is different from traditional conversations, and I love that. Talk about how your approach is different.
Sure. In 2023, I got together with two other women in my community, and I live in Maplewood. I've lived in Maplewood. Actually, I literally just moved to South Orange. So now I live in both, but I've lived in this area for 21 years. And I got together with two of my friends from the neighborhood. I work as a women's fitness specialist. I'm a personal trainer for women. So I'm surrounded by women going through all different stages of life. And my partners and I in this project, April McKenzie and Stacy Toriello, also all saw their friends and colleagues and clients of theirs going through this change of life with very few answers and very few resources, from books to doctors who would be open to discussing sort of what was going on in a holistic manner. And we came together and decided to host a conversation for our friends and neighbors and the women in our community. And I keep saying last year, but it actually wasn't. In January, we put on our first event. And the conversation about menopause in the last few years has really exploded, especially if you're a woman. You notice it on your social media. If you're a woman in your 40s and your 50s, you can't get away from it. And that's wonderful. It's amazing that the conversation is out there and that we're able to talk about these things more openly, just like you said. Um,
Like,
but one of the things that we thought was lacking was the ability to take that information and then act on it. So, how do I take all this information in my community and then find a doctor or find resources for myself, or to help me through this stage. So we wanted to bring that conversation to make it to make it actionable. So what we did was we put an event together. We originally had thought that it was going to be a small, conference room lunch and learn type of thing, and it grew into this huge event, where we had national and nationally known experts in the field paired with regional experts and even very local experts to talk about all the phases of menopause, all the treatments that you can get, what's good, what's bad, what's been misconstrued over so many years. We had 250 people at the Maplewood Country Club last January, 2025, and we're doing it again January 11th, 2025, where we're bringing together national, regional, and local experts to help women in the area forge a path through menopause and provide them with actionable resources.
What you got 165 million female humans in the United States. So I would think just about every single one of them should have some interest in this, and rightfully so, and probably a handful of men too. So
I
this
hope so.
yes, at least a handful. And I know that OBGYNs are like hard to find, right? Because of the litigiousness and everything else. They're very increasingly difficult to find. So I'm sure that that's got to be a topic you're talking about. So let's talk. The upcoming symposium is in January again of this year, right? And why is a space like
Correct.
this so very important? We have about a minute and a half left, so I want to just give you a heads up on that.
Like I said, I mean, yeah, so it's January 11th, 2025 at the Maplewood Country Club. And we feel that our event is the way we're approaching it, this and the way it's been put together. I mean, this is a real grassroots community organized
Yeah.
event. We're not celebrities, we're not billionaires, we're not owners of large corporations, we're entrepreneurs and marketing executives who have put together this event. And this event will help you become clear on the information, because there is so much information. Sometimes it's really hard to figure out what
Yeah.
which track you should
Allison,
listen to.
I gotta cut you shy only because we have a hard break we're coming up on. Just quickly, I need your website because we only got about 10 seconds.
The, the website is notyourmothersmenopausenj.com.
Not Your Mother's Menopause, NJ.com. It's Not Your Mother's Menopause Symposium and Brunch Sunday, January 11th, 2026, Maplewood Country Club. Co-founder Allison Kalsched, thank you for coming on this morning. Sorry about the short time.
It's okay. Thank you, Ken.